on 1st of September. And in sports, former Flying Eagles defender joins Scottish Premier Club in Hibernian of 3 years contract. Now the news in details. I am Timmy Dayo Anthony. Lagos State government has urged residents to continue to keep the environment clean while imbibing good environmental sanitation and hygiene practices. Permanent Secretary, Office of Environmental Service, Omobolaji Gaji, made the assertion at the maiden celebration of National Environmental Sanitation Day and the second quarterly community sanitation cleanup exercise of the Ministry of Environment and Water Resources held at Ojodu Local Government Development Area. Gaji said it is necessary to prevent the occurrence and spread of not only cholera but other sanitation-related diseases. He explained that the Federal Ministry of Environment, with the approval of the National Council on Environment, in conjunction with state and all local government areas, has set aside 28th of June every year as National Environmental Sanitation Day. Gaji stressed that the purpose of the celebration is to create awareness among the Nigerian populace on the importance of sanitation practices as a veritable means of controlling and preventing communicable disease. Stakeholders in non-formal education sector have been charged to work with the Lagos State government to achieve a more advanced mass literacy level across the state. Commissioner for Tertiary Education, Tolani Sule, gave the charge at the 2024 Stakeholders Forum on Mass Literacy in Lagos State organized by the Agency for Mass Education. Sule, who was represented by the Director of Admin and Human Resources in the Ministry, Fadipe Uluwanti, also commended the agency for its achievements so far, urging its management not to relent in putting Lagos on the map through mass literacy. On the part, the Director of Lagos State Agency for Mass Education, Oluwakemi Kalesowo, explained that mass literacy is an aspect of non-formal education that requires the support of government and well-meaning individuals in terms of funding. Kalesowo, who said the challenge of retention of learners is a recurring issue in the sector, noted that the sector in Lagos currently has 32,850 learners as of 2023. Earlier, stakeholders prefer solutions to issues facing the non-formal education as challenges of out-of-school youth, sensitization and mobilization, improving adult learners' retention rate, importance of data collection, skill development, among others. The Nigerian Labour Congress, NLC, has cautioned state governors against exhibiting dictatorial tendencies amidst recent statements made by some of them regarding their desire to pay what they deem fit to Nigerian workers as minimum wage. NLC spokesperson Benson Upa noted that it is not an arbitrary decision, saying it represents a national wage floor, a baseline below which no worker in the law should be paid. Upa stressed that it is important to remind the governors that the national minimum wage is not synonymous with individual pay structure of the state, which they implement religiously, reflecting their unique financial capacities and circumstances. Chairman Military Pension Board, Paul Iruwason, says the federal government has approved an electronic verification system for military pensioners to ensure sanity in pension administration. Said this while addressing newsmen about the commencement of the electronic verification exercise nationwide in Abuja. He said the initiative is aimed at sensitizing military pension administration and eliminating issues of impersonation. The chairman said the board adopted an electronic verification system to reduce the risk of traveling from one place to another and the cost of transportation owing to their old age. He also called on military pensioners to take advantage of electronic verification exercise as those who failed would cease to receive their pensions. And now to the rest of the stories. The Pharmacy Council of Nigeria, PCN, has shut down 531 medicine outlets in the Federal Capital Territory for various offences, including operating without registration, poor documentation, and stocking of ethical products without the supervision of a pharmacist. The Director of Enforcement, Stephen Esobomi, said the PCN is the federal government's parastatus charged with the responsibility of regulating and controlling the education, training and practice of pharmacy in all aspects and ramification in line with the Pharmacy Council of Nigeria Establishment Act 2022. As will be noted that the Council is working towards the use of technology to make drug easily accessible to patients. He encouraged the public to report any suspected illegal drug stores or practitioners in their communities through the PCN website. Vice President Kashim Shettima has urged stakeholders to build a business environment that fosters innovation, creativity and productivity aligned with President Bola Tinubu's 8-point agenda. Shettima also implored members of the Presidential Enabling Business Environment Council, as well as ministries, departments and agencies, MDAs, to prioritize the dream of all Nigerians who aspire to grow their businesses. The meeting followed the successful completion of the 90-day Regulatory Reform Accelerator Action Plan. Shettima noted that no matter the depth of the reforms introduced, the government will fail to achieve its goal unless MDAs function at their best and align seamlessly with the agenda of the Tinubu administration. It described the PEBEC town hall meeting as a rescue mission for a country that has saddled its citizens with the critical role of creating an environment where every idea can germinate into an enduring business. The Joint Administration and Matriculation Board, JAB, has released the results of candidates who participated in the Supplementary Unified Tertiary Matriculation Examination conducted June 21 and 22, 2024. The board's spokesperson, Fabian Benjamin, said this in a statement in Abuja. According to JAB, 28,835 applicants were not able to provide biometric verification during the May 2024 UTME the supplementary examination. It says it will continue to ensure that no candidates benefit any acts of infraction through the deployment of state-of-the-art tertiary technology before and during and after its examination. And now to foreign news. Azerbaijan's President Ilham Aliyev has called snap parliamentary elections for September 1 that are unlikely to radically change the legislature makeup. Aliyev issued a decree ordering the dissolution of parliament, which is dominated by his new Azerbaijan party. The 62-year-old president, who has been in power since 2003, won the fifth presidential term in February. His party, with all 69 of 125 seats in the outgoing parliament, is expected to win a new majority in the oil-rich country, which has been courted by the West, Russia and Turkey. Azerbaijan, which is reliant on revenue from fossil fuels, would now host the United Nations Climate Change Summit, known as the Conference of the Parties, or COP29, from November 11 to 22. In sports, former Flying Eagles defender Marvin Epetita has joined Scottish Premiership club Hibernian. He linked up with Hibernian on free transfer following the expiration of his contract with English League One side Blackpool. The 28-year-old signed a 3-year contract with the Hibs. The centre-back rose from the English football pyramid, winning promotion with both Leyton Orient and Blackpool. The signing of Albanian FC head coach David Bray says Marvin has great experience at a good level in England and adds extra leadership to the dressing room. But just before we go, always slow down at road junctions, intersections and pedestrian crossing. You can follow us on like all our various social media platforms. X, Traffic Radio 961. Facebook, Lagos Traffic Radio 961 FM. Instagram, Lagos Traffic Radio 961. Subscribe and watch the news and program live on YouTube at Traffic Radio 961. You can also visit our website at Traffic Radio 961NG. Now, did you know that the Sanwo-Olu administration donated security equipment worth billions of naira to the police? You can get more details from Lagos State Government's website. To end the news, here are the highlights of the major stories. Lagos State government has urged residents to continue to keep the environment clean while imbibing good environmental sanitation and hygiene practices. The Pharmacy Council of Nigeria, PCN, has shut down 531 medicine outlets in the Federal Capital Territory for various offences, including operating without registration, poor documentation, and stocking of ethical products without supervision of a pharmacist. We also told you that Azerbaijan's president, Ilham Aliyev, has called snap parliamentary election for September 1 that are unlikely to radically change the legislature makeup. And in sports, former Flying Eagles defender Marvin Epiteta has joined Scottish Premiership club Hibernian. For contact with the newsroom, please send a message to info@trafficradio961.ng. The internet broadcast compiled by Zainab Adebashi. I am Tim Dayo Anthony. Many thanks for listening and do have a wonderful